Yo, hi. Let us go to my YouTube comments and see what you, a viewer of this channel, is writing in my YouTube comments. But Eddie Grimm, I miss XFM. Okay, let us check my Facebook comments. How can we get another 24/7 rock station? Oh boy, this question of another 24/7 rock station, you guys won't stop asking me about it. Okay, fine. Let's talk about how it would be possible for Kenya to get another 24/7 rock station. Hello everyone, welcome back to the channel which is Alpha of Radio Rocks. My name is Adigrim the Rock DJ, and as you have seen the comments, watu bado wananisumbua. They are still disturbing me, asking me, Adigrim, why did you close XFM? Why did you close XFM? Well, I did not close the XFM. You see, today I want to discuss about hypothetically speaking, what would it take for Kenya to have another 24/7 rock FM station? Yeah, let me repeat that. What would it take for Kenya to have another rock 24/7 FM station? Yeah, is it possible? And my answer to that question is both yes and both no. Yeah, it's both yes and no. Let me explain why. Let's talk about the yes. Yes, it's possible for Kenya to have another 24/7 rock station like the way XFM was. Now, I know XFM wasn't the most ideal rock station. Like me, I listen to stations from abroad and, they knock XFM out of the water. But XFM was pretty good, especially when they started and they didn't have presenters. And, just before 2015, they played a lot of good music. Even when they were playing pop, they still had some balance of rock and pop, of which it was a decent station for Kenya. But what would it take for there to be another 24/7 rock station that actually plays rock? Well, for me to answer that question, and for those of you who are still inboxing me about that, we'd have to ask ourselves, what is radio all about and why does radio exist? Yeah, why does radio exist? How does radio work? Yeah, I did a whole podcast about why XFM shut down and an analysis of how radio works. That podcast is like 40 minutes. I'll leave the link to pop up right here. That podcast is like 40 minutes, but I don't want you to listen to a 40-minute podcast. Let me try and summarize what I said in that podcast. If you want to go listen to that 40-minute one, you can go listen. It's much more detailed. This one is going to be more like a summary. Yeah, so you need to understand why radio is there, why radio exists. Radio exists as a advertising platform. Yeah, I've said this many times. Radio is not there to be your iPod. Wale watu ambao wanafikirianga radio is just there to be your iPod. Radio is not meant to just be, this thing, this device that you plug in your earphones and then you just listen to some other playlist from the other end. It's meant to be an advertising platform. It pulls in your attention using good music, and then in turn they play for you ads. Now, where do the ads come from? They come from sponsors. So that's the first thing that you need to understand. That's the first step. That's the first step about understanding whether we can get another station, another 24/7 rock station back in Kenya. We need sponsors. The Kenyan rock scene needs more sponsors. Yeah, because of course radio does not run on your good prayers and thoughts. It doesn't run on good prayers and thoughts. It runs on money. Where does the money come from? It comes from sponsors and advertisers. So the question is, why aren't advertisers right now funding XFM? Because XFM died because it ran out of, maybe you noticed at some point, you noticed that even like my show Friday Foreplay, there was no sponsors, and that's why in my video for why XFM failed the rock fans, which I'll leave the link to pop up here, I said that I was not being paid to do Friday Foreplay because there were no sponsors and advertisers in the show. Yeah, so radio must have sponsors and advertisers for it to work. So the question is, why is it that they stopped being in XFM? Why did XFM die? The sponsors and advertisers became less and less. Yeah, and why did that happen? Well, I'm going to say it the way the advertisers told me. Okay, not the advertisers told me, the way the sales people. There's my brother is friends with a certain guy who used to do sales and marketing in Radio Africa. Radio Africa is a company that owns XFM, for those of you who do not know. And my brother was told by this dude that advertisers believe that people who listen to rock music do not have money. Yeah? So apparently advertisers do not believe that rock fans have money. Okay, they didn't use the term rock fans, but they are simply saying the demographic, aka the type of people that listen to rock, do not have money, and that is typically the demographic between 25 and 35. Yeah, that is the demographic between 25 and 35. And I know you're wondering, you're like, but Eddie Grimm, Kiss 100, NRG, Classic, blah 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 blah, all those stations have people between 25 and 35 listening to. Yeah, that's true, but you see, they're not the only ones. Yeah, number one, XFM is being listened to by, let's say, people who are between 25 and 35. As you move towards the 30s, they become less. And as you move towards the 20s, going 25, going downwards, they become more. Watu wa kampo, watu wa high school, going downwards, wanaongezeka. While in classic, it's probably, even. Yeah, in classic, it's probably even. You have a lot of young people, and then you have a lot of old people. So everything is balanced out. The problem with rock music in Kenya is that it is niched. It is for a select group of people, and that select group of people, apparently, in the eye of the advertiser, hawana do. Yeah. So how do you change that? Yeah. Now, what I'm saying is just a hypothesis. Yeah, it's a hypothesis. I'm just speaking from my experience in radio and how I feel radio works. If you feel differently, you can always comment below it. I'm not some kind of headmaster giving you some kind of absolute truth. I'm just giving you my hypothesis of how I think rock music and the business works. Yeah. So how do you make an advertiser who doesn't believe that Kenyan rock fans have money? Yeah. How do you make an advertiser or a sponsor who believes that Kenyan rock fans who don't have money? How do you make them change their mind? Well, my solution is simple. Rock gigs. Yeah. If this is one of the biggest things that rock music in this country faces. It suffers from awareness, and it suffers from market. Yeah, it suffers from awareness and market. The sponsors and advertisers, people like Safaricom, Coca-Cola, Monster Energy Drink, Dasani, people who I would want to go to fund me to do something rock related. Those people don't even know that there's a rock audience in Kenya. Yeah, I promise you, they do not. Or if they do know it exists, if some of those people in those high financial positions in those companies know that rock music exists, they even though they know it exists, maybe in their minds they are like, it existed zamani, era ya Carnival, era ya Carnival, era ya Choices, Baricho Road. Those were like the hotspots where rock music used to be. Resoras, Baricho Road, at what do you call that place? That underground place, Choices, at Kani Rock Night. Yeah, during that era, that was when rock was big, but now rock is dead. Yeah, according to a lot of people, rock is dead. But it's not that rock is dead. In fact, I feel that there are more rockers. When XFM started, there were rockers, but now after XFM died, there are even more people who know what rock music is about. So the question is, how is it that there are more people, yet companies and advertisers feel like rock fans are not there? Well, the answer is simple. Rock gigs. Yeah, rock gigs. In my opinion, this is all just my opinions. I think it's a generational problem. Yeah, I think it's a generational problem. It's a generational problem in that you have, before 2010, a lot of people, for their entertainment, they had to physically go out. So calling people for a rock gig was easy. Yeah, but now after 2010, 2015, especially 2015 going up, we now have YouTube, which you're watching this on. We have Netflix, Amazon Prime, Hulu. You have places where you download and pirate movies, you pirate music. So now everything is fighting for your attention. Yeah, everything is now fighting for your attention. The number of entertainment options has become more and more. Where in 2005 there were like few. Now as time has gone by, they've become so many. So now more people have more, they have more. they have more opportunities and more excuses to stay in the house and just be on their screens 24/7. Of which I feel now, you see, if everyone, especially the average rock fan, where yes, you, who constantly says, "Me, I'm an introvert, I can't make friends, I can't go out and do anything." It's like, if you say that you are an introvert and you can't make friends or go out, si ni wewe tulipatana na wewe IMAX pale ukiona Black Panther. Si ni wewe tulipatana ukia you were watching Avengers Endgame in IMAX, and you're saying, "No, me, I can't go to social places." And I saw you there with your gang. Yeah. I saw you there with your gang, going to go watch Black Panther and Avengers Endgame. So it's like I came to realize rock fans may claim that, "Oh, I'm an introvert. Oh, me, I don't go outside to do anything." But I saw you at IMAX going to watch a movie, yeah, and you were not alone, yeah. But then the next one is, "But Eddie Graham, I me, I don't have any friends who are rock fans." Well, come to rock gigs. Me, I'll introduce you to people. Yeah, people have literally formed relationships because of me. Dr. Lab. Anyway, yeah, people have formed relationships because of me. I have linked up with people. People have met their current base. People have met their current base in rock gigs. Yeah, hook up. Yeah, they do not have friends now. They're in rock groups and they know people. So this whole thing of, "Oh, Myanmar," I feel like people always say that it's either as an excuse. I know there are people who are introverts. Yeah, I know there are people who are introverts. I know people who social anxiety is a real thing. I know it's a real thing. Yeah, but some people, I feel like they just use that as an excuse. Well, how do I know this? I used to be an introvert. Yeah, in high school I was not talkative. I rarely went for any social events. I was a bookworm. If you've watched my video called "How I Became a Rock DJ Without DJ School," I'll leave the link to pop up here. Yeah, if you watch that video, I used to be a huge bookworm. I never used to, if you know me from high school, yeah, anyone who knows me from high school will tell you, Miss Kwanaina Funky, and I never used to do anything social oriented. Yeah, so how did I become a rock DJ? It was simply a matter of choosing. And I know what you're thinking. You can't choose your personality, but you can choose to choose. You can. It is a choice whether you stay indoors on a Friday night or a Saturday night, or whether you choose to watch Netflix. It's a choice. Nobody tells you to pay for Netflix. Nobody tells you to pay for your internet to watch YouTube. It is you who makes the choice. So my question is, instead of complaining about Eddie Graham, bring back XFM, yeah, Eddie Graham, when are we going to get another 24/7 rock station? Instead of complaining about that, how about contributing to the rock industry by attending rock events? Yeah, because rock events, if we had rock events, let me tell you something. Me, I have friends. I know people who, they have connections with like big companies. Yeah, the issue is that they don't have the proof that rock exists, because when they organize for a rock event, it underperforms. And the question, I know some people are like, "But Eddie Graham, rock fans aren't that many." You are very many. Yeah. And some people will be like, "But Eddie Graham, advertising isn't good in Kenyan rock." Well, that is true. It's not the best. It's not on large scale. But here's a good example. Me, in my WhatsApp, in my phone, yeah, my WhatsApp contacts, I have nearly 1,500 contacts, nearly 1,800 contacts. My status is seen by 600 people. 600 people, and I promise you, out of those 600 people, 60 of them will not attend a rock gig. Yeah, so how can you tell me 60 out of 600 people, and you're telling me that advertising is not there? Yeah, and me, I'm the kind of guy who advertises a gig early. Yeah, if a gig is on a Saturday, I make sure by the previous week Monday I am already putting it up. Yeah, most of the time I'm putting it up. So you can't tell me that there's zero advertising and that there's zero people seeing the adverts. And yes, I know there are rock fans who are not in Nairobi. I know they're in Mombasa, Kisumu, Nyeri, Eldoret. I'm mainly talking to the ones who are in Nairobi. If you are in Nairobi, coming for rock gigs would really help the situation, because we can't be having a gig with 20 More Days, Rish, and Murphy's Floor, who are like the top 3 best rock bands in this country, and Dove Slim. Let's add Dove Slim to that list. Yeah, there are many bands, but I'm using those 4 for an example. We can't be having an event with these 4 bands, even add PLG. 5 of the best rock bands are doing a show and you can't even get 500 people to turn up. And yet, these are the best of Kenyan rock. And the show has been advertised for weeks. And yes, I know it is not just the rock fans. Even the rock bands need some level of consistency. They need to be interacting with their audience, consistently, so that at least people are aware. If, like, for me, I always release a video Monday, Tuesday, and Friday. Yeah, sometimes I release more. That way I'm always in contact with my audience. If I need them to show up for a gig, they are aware. Yeah, so rock bands can work on that. But the question is, if rock bands work on that, will you, yes, you who I'm talking to, will you attend a rock gig? Yeah, because I always find rock fans have like the flimsiest excuses for why they won't turn up. And I'm talking to those guys who have never attended not even one rock gig. They've never even attended one. They just see me advertising and they're like, whatever, I'm busy, feeding my dog bones. They're like, I have more important things to do. If rock, here's the thing, let me do it in reverse. If Kenyan rock bands are successful, yeah, they're able to make money. You see, in the states, bands may release music on album form, yeah, and on Spotify or wherever, and people may pirate that music. Sure. But they make back their money by doing live gigs. Yeah, it's like live bands will allow you to pirate their music. You listen, then you go to a live event where you buy a ticket at whatever amount, where you buy it at $10, $20, whatever, and then you go to the field. You go to the field to watch them, and then they make their money back. But here in Kenya, we won't buy the music. Yeah, piracy is a culture. We won't buy the music, and then after that, we won't attend the rock events. So how do you expect a rock bands to ever go anywhere? Yeah? Someone is like, I'd rather listen to Paramore than listen to Dub Slim. I'm like, how do you expect Dub Slim to ever reach where Paramore is? And yet Paramore sell out stadiums. Yeah, yet in our own country, we can't even get 500 rock fans to attend a mega show, like a show that has been advertised on TV, radio, newspaper, etc, simply because I am introvert. Yeah, simply because I am introvert. I'm like, rock gigs are the way, because with rock gigs, yeah, look at it this way. With rock gigs, bands can get money. Bands get money. They get better drumming equipment, more time, more studio time. They're able to pay, and they're able to make better records. Those records are played on radio, and more people get to know about Kenyan rock. We have more people knowing about Kenyan rock. They go for events. Yeah. Then we have bigger events. If investors start seeing, kuna watu wanaendanga rock, then they start, we start having, like the way I used to play at Jay's Westlands. You have a rock event. In one place. It's successful. Another club is open to doing it. Another club is open to doing it. If then you have more venues doing rock events. This is what used to happen Zamani in like 2005 during the era of Carnival. Carnival was successful. Other clubs started copying it, and rock was big. Then people started staying at homes and being introverted and deciding that they would rather stay at home to watch Netflix and be introverted and complain about how there is no XFM and how XFM how XFM is playing pop, and they're complaining about these things. Yet the actual rock music is out there on the ground. Yeah, so. Once we have more venues playing rock, we have more rock businesses, we have more investors, and then once we have more investors willing to invest in rock, we can have a radio station, and then once we have one radio station, we can have another radio station. That is how it would work. But nobody is going to invest in another XFM when even on the ground you can't even have a rock night with 30 people. Yeah, we locally must be successful before we can have Akina Green Day and Paramore and Breaking Benjamin coming here. If you feel like I'm correct, please comment below. If you think that I'm wrong, please comment below. Yeah, but I believe that, like they're saying, charity starts at home. We must be successful here as fans. As a rock scene, before we are successful inviting bigger brands here. And the thing is that I always feel like it's not that Kenyan rock bands are really good. We have really good metal bands and really good rock bands, but I always feel like Kenyan rock fans are not open to supporting them. Look at Lupita Nyong'o. When Lupita Nyong'o used to be in Sugar, nobody cared. Then she's in Black Panther, and now everyone is like, I'm a fan! I'm a fan. You're waiting for someone to become international so that you say you're a fan. Start by supporting them now so that when they get there, they can even be bigger and better and, represent you guys. But you're like, it's like someone is here, nobody cares about them. They become abroad, then suddenly you're a fan. You want them to go international and then be like, we were with him when he had zero fans. Now he has 5 million fans, and we are still part of his core audience. Not that he ameenda huko and now only Americans claim that they are, fan are part of his or her core fan base or audience. Anyway, that's just part of the yes, it is possible to get another rock station, but only if we have investors and only if rock music is successful as a business in this country. My other answer was no, we may never have another FM station. Why? We may never have another FM station. Why? Because online radio is becoming a thing. So for those of you who know me well, I listen to Kerrang Radio. Kerrang Radio, it's a UK station. I'll leave the link in the description section below if you're interested, or you can go to Google Play Store. Yes, if you're watching this on your phone, you can go to Google Play Store, just type Kerrang Radio app and you can download it, and it plays rock. It's just one station that plays rock 24/7. It plays rock 24/7. And online is becoming a thing. Come on, Jui. Online is becoming a thing. Go to Google. Go to Google right now. Go to Google if you're watching this on a computer, and type, is YouTube taking over from TV? Just type that. Is YouTube taking over from TV? Researches will show you that nowadays YouTube is hitting as much watch time as TV is. It's in a Caribbeana. Labda even YouTube may have surpassed it. YouTube is now stealing adverts. See, I told you, even radio, the way radio needs advertisers, TV needs also advertisers. So the same advertisers that would be advertising on traditional cable TV is now moving to YouTube. That's why you watch a YouTube video and then it has like 6 ads. It plays, skip ad. It plays video, then there's another ad, skip ad. It's because now investors are also noticing that online is becoming just as big as the way TV used to be. Shout out to my friend Alf Sierro. Shout out to you, Alf. Alf has been a very long time fan of mine. There's a time he was buying a rock t-shirt from me, I think last year. And we sat down and we had this conversation about what if XFM came back? Is it possible for another XFM to come back? And he said he doesn't want another FM station for rock to come back. Why? Because a guy like Alf was telling me that if he wants to listen to rock music, he just goes to Spotify. He has his own playlist. He listens to whatever he wants. And that's how things are nowadays. Instead of watching traditional TV, you just go to Netflix, or you just have your own private service on demand. On demand. And the way as I said earlier on, investors are saying that Kenyan rock fans don't have money. I mean, sometimes I don't know whether it is the lack of money or that they just don't want to spend, because even this used to happen in clubs. I go to a club, like let's say Tribeca. Tribeca is closed, but I go to Tribeca, and then I tell them I want to do a rock night on a Wednesday, and then Wednesday they tell me Wednesday tukuna Rumba. And Rumba people spend 5,000 Kenya shillings like it's nothing. So is it true that rock fans don't have money? Is it true that rock fans don't have money? Or is it that rock fans just won't spend? Because I feel like sometimes rock fans just won't spend. How do I know this? You find a rock fan, Jana Usiku Sato, he was drinking himself silly. Monday morning, he's like, Eddie Grimm, I want a mix. I tell him a mix is 50 bob, and then he's like, Mimi ninunue mix. I can't buy a mix, but 2 nights ago you were busy drinking a bucket of beer. So you're telling me that you can go blowing it on beer, but you cannot buy an album Yarish, or buy a ticket to go see 20 More Days, or buy an Eddie Grimm mix at 50 bob. Sometimes I feel like it's not that rock fans don't have money, it's just that they refuse to spend it in the business of rock music. Because at the end of the day, me, a band, Rish, Murphy's Flow, Dove Slim, whoever, we need that money to continue our craft. And that is the only way rock music will grow in this country. So let me go back to what I was saying. Online radio is now becoming a thing, and I know some people are like, never listen to online radio. It's fine. I know you want the traditional FM, but just the same way we moved from having desktops to having laptops, and now we have smaller computers, iPads and stuff. The same way now we moved from TV, we moved from analog to digital. Same way with radio. We are now moving from FM to online. Yeah, and it's this is the thing. Like I said, all of these things are businesses. The investors are they have noticed that this is how the trend is. This is how the trend is. Yeah, I'm sure you guys know that I play for the Music Network. I'm not active right now because of the Rona. Yeah, DJs are not active right now because of the Rona, but Music Network, yeah, when I joined them, they were also telling me, we've noticed that the trend nowadays is online, so now we are starting this thing. And I was like, I'm with you guys, because going online is the future. Yeah, it's not me saying that, it's just that's just how the trend is looking right now. Yeah, and it's okay if you don't believe me, but that is the way things look like they're going on right now. And if things are now going online and everyone is trying to go online and watch YouTube, watch Netflix, watch whatever, what are the chances of going back to FM, which is what people are trying to phase out? Yeah, that's just my opinion. So it's I think only time can tell. After the Rona is over, will you attend a rock event? Yeah, will you who has never attended a rock event, will you start attending? Will you who has never bought a rock mix and only downloads for free on Mixcloud, will you buy a mix? Yeah, because at the end of the day, the market ndio kusema. Yeah, it is not the business people who make businesses successful, it is the market. If the market likes what you are selling, they buy it and it becomes successful. If they don't like it, it crashes. So before you start pointing fingers and being like, Grim kwa nini ulifunga XFM, ask yourself, as a fan and a consumer of rock music, how have you helped to grow rock music? Yeah, are you the guy who just stays at home to listen to XFM and you never really chip in any way actively kwa ground, hapo kwa gigs? Or are you the guy who's really trying to attend shows and encourage others to support Kenyan rock? Yeah, that's just my take. For those of you who keep asking me about Wapi XFM, how are we going to get? Yeah, shout out to More. Yeah, More. She's the one who sent me that comment about how can we get another 24/7 rock station. And those are just my thoughts. It's not some kind of absolute truth, but that's just what I think should happen for things to start working in the States. There's a reason why bands go touring. Yeah, there's a reason why bands go visiting town to town touring. It's because rock music cannot just exist on radio, it must exist on the ground, because on the ground, that is how you see that there is a market for that thing, and that is how investors know what to invest into. Sawa. Thank you so much for listening to this. My previous podcast about how radio works here at XFM was 40 minutes. This one I've tried to make sure that it is less than 30. So thank you so much for listening up to the end. If you're brand new here, make sure to subscribe. I talk about rock content, rock music, rock discussions, rock bands, anything about rock music I discuss right here. Make sure to tap the subscribe button, and then you tap that a bell thing so that you're notified of new uploads. Alright, you take care and God bless.